Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Selenium Tech Automation. In this today tutorial, I am going to discuss about the very important concept called Agile Model. Okay, so if you are attending for any interview as an manual tester and also as an automation tester, so the interview panel will definitely ask you about what is Agile Model or Agile methodology and also how your current project is following this agile model. Okay, so for this question I am going to provide a complete solution along with the how that agile model will looks like. Okay, so before continuing this video, if you are new to my channel, please subscribe to my channel Selenium Tech Automation, and also don't forget to watch this video till the end, and also please share this video to your friends or colleagues so that they will also learn something from this video. Okay, so and also your share will helps this video for recommending for more people. Okay, so let's get started with our today tutorial, that is what is agile methodology or agile model. Okay, so for that first let me open our PowerPoint presentation. So here you can see, so in manual testing point of view or automation point of view, so we have a model called software development lifecycle model, right? So what does this software development lifecycle model will do? It will explain how various activities or development activities carried out in implementing a project. Okay, this SDLC model will explain you how various development activities carried out before going to build a software application or implementing a project. Okay, so during this SDLC model we can have two types. The first one here is sequential model and the second one is increment model, which is a very most important model, that is called as increment model. Okay, so under sequential model we can have two models, that is waterfall model and V model. Okay, so as we know already, this sequential model are well suitable for developing a small size of projects. Okay, so in sequential model all development activities are implemented step by step for the entire project. Okay, so under this sequential model we have two models such as waterfall model and V model. Okay, so these two models are the best examples for sequential models, right? So that is waterfall model and V model. So I am not going to discuss about these two models in a brief way. I just shown you what is the sequential model and types of sequential model. Okay, so now I am moving to incremental model. Okay, so this incremental model are very well suitable for developing some big size of projects. Okay, these incremental models are very well suitable for developing a big size of projects such as banking projects or e-commerce projects or any other kind of domains like healthcare domain. So that one also some big projects, and also we can have some insurance domain also. Okay, so those are all big kind of projects, right? So for that projects, that incremental model is very well suitable. So inside this incremental model also we can have different kinds of models such as RAD model, that is rapid application development model, and spiral model, prototype model, and the last model here is agile model. So I am not going to discuss about the remaining three, that is rapid application development model, spiral model, and prototype model. Okay, the intention of this tutorial is mainly about agile model only. Okay, so agile model, this is the best example for incremental model. Sorry, this is the best model for the bigger projects. Okay, so as we discussed now, the bigger projects means that banking domain projects, healthcare domain projects, and also e-commerce projects. Okay, for these three domains companies are usually following agile model. Okay, first we will discuss about what is agile model here. Okay, what is agile model? Agile, Agile software development methodology is a process of developing some software. Okay, agile software development methodology is a process of developing a software. Okay, agile is a collection of software development methodology which works mainly on iterative and incremental method. Okay, this agile development methodology mainly works on iterative and incremental methodology only to building the software from very initiation of the project development instead of building all the software at once. Okay, instead of building all the software at once, so we are going to build our software step by step. Okay, one by one we are going to build this software. Okay, so that's why we are going to use this agile methodology here. Okay, what is incremental and iterative delivery will contain here. Okay, so here incremental means incremental is more about to delivery. Okay, for example, there is a big project, so I am going to build that software application like step by step. So once everything got completed, so then we are going to delivery, that is called about incrementing. And what is iterative here? Iterating allow you to move from blurred or unclear idea to some realization. Okay, for example, going from rough to polish. Okay, so during this iterating process we don't have any complete picture, so we will start from blurred, that is unclear picture, to real part, so where you are seeing the original software application. Okay, for example, in real terms it is like rough to polish view. Okay, so that is about iterating. Okay, so here if we can see this agile overview means, so basically in waterfall model a project can take several months to complete and the customer may not going to see the end product until the completion of project. Okay, so during our waterfall model how we can build a software. Okay, so once all the parts to be completed, then only that end user or customer is going to see the complete project. Okay, before that it is not possible to go and check where exactly the development is going on. Okay, that is happening in waterfall model, but in agile project we can see the working project in a shorter period. Okay, in agile project we can see the working product in a shorter period, and it can take any new requirements or enhancement at any stage. Okay, so during your development of an application, the end user can come and he can provide some new requirements. Okay, at any time of that particular project development period. Okay, so and also agile mainly works by breaking down the project into smaller chunks. Here chunks means modules. Okay, and then continuously delivering the product in a shorter period. Okay, so here agile will work mainly on breaking down the project into several chunks, that is called modules, and then continuously we are going to deliver the product module wise in a shorter period. Okay, that is about agile overview. So now let me discuss in brief about how this agile model will work in real time. Okay, for example, if we are using agile model, okay, in agile model each project is break up into several iterations, like as we discussed now. Each project, for example, a project is there, so inside that project we can have different modules like login, home page, and also there are some more modules will be available for that particular project. Okay, so when during this agile model, so that project is going to break up into some small modules like login, home. So once this login got completed, then only I am going to deliver that product to my customer. So if we have any requirements, like if you wants to add any new requirements for that login application, so at the same time only we can go and add that new requirements as well. Okay, so that is called iteration. Okay, so we can add all these requirements, like some new requirements in the form of iterative. Okay, so at the end of each iteration a working product should be delivered. Okay, so at the end of each iterative, for example, login got completed, I am going to deliver this product to my customer. Okay, so rather than spending 1.5 months on requirements gathering, so in agile software development the team will decide the basic core features that are required in the product and decided which of these features can be developed in the first creation. Okay, so rather than spending more time on gathering the requirements in this agile software development, the team will decide the basic core features. Okay, the basic functionalities are going to decide by the team. Okay, so then based upon the requirements, the product and the features, okay, these features are going to develop at the first time of their creation. Okay, so and if there are any remaining features to be added, okay, that cannot be added and that cannot be delivered in the first iteration. Okay, if there are any new features are going to come, so we are not going to deliver that newly added features at the first time only. Okay, so then then these new requirements are going to add into our next iteration. Okay, it is not only about next iteration, if there are any sub sequence of iterations, we are going to add all these new functionalities into consequence iterations based upon the priority. Okay, so at the end of the first iteration the team will deliver a working software with the features that were finalized during that iteration. Okay, for example, on the first iteration the requirement like login functionality. Okay, at the end of the development for the login functionality, I am going to deliver the login functionality at the first iteration only. Okay, so then what is our next step? Okay, during like if we go in this approach, okay, if we go in this approach, so this approach will allows the customer to interact and working with the functionality software at the end of each iteration. Okay, if I am going to deliver my project in an iteration way, so during this approach our customer will also come and interact with ours and our application also. Okay, based upon the feedback we are going to, okay, we are going to move further. Okay, so once if we developed any module, that is login module, so then we are going to deliver it to the customer. Okay, based upon his feedback we are going to take the remaining modules also. Okay, so that is about the iteration approach. Okay, so then if there are any changes needs to be done, so we can change during the time of iteration only. Okay, so let me show you that agile scrum framework how it looks like, because we can have different agile scrum methodologies available in this agile model, so such as scrum methodologies and extreme programming. The next methodology here under agile model is FDT, that is feature driven development, and then the next methodology is cluster clear, and then next model is lean and kanban. Okay, that is lean and kanban is also one kind of agile scrum framework. Okay, then the last one here is adaptive software development method. Okay, these are all the different kind of frameworks which are available under agile methodology. Okay, so let me show you how an agile scrum framework will looks like and how the process will be in this agile model. Okay, so for that I have made one clear picture about agile scrum framework. Okay, how it will looks like. Okay, first you can see here there is the first point here is product owner. Okay, the very first step during this agile model is product owner. Okay, so who is this product owner? Okay, who is this product owner? So he is the main person in the complete agile model, that is called product owner. Okay, so during this agile scrum framework the main roles are, first role is product owner, and the second role here is scrum master, and the third role is here scrum team. Okay, so these are the three roles who are going to be play a key role during this agile scrum framework or agile model. Okay, so first we will discuss one by one. that is product owner. Who is a product owner? The main person in the complete agile model, and that is called product owner. Okay, he is called as product owner. Okay, he is the decision maker of the complete agile part. Okay, he is going to provide some roadmap for the entire agile part. Okay, that is called product owner. He is called as product owner. Okay, the role of product owner here is he is getting the complete requirements or functionalities from the customer or client. Okay, this product owner is going to get the complete requirements or functionalities from the customer or client. Okay, so in the scrum, okay, during this scrum there is no term called requirements or functionalities. Okay, you have to make very clear about this one. There was no terms like requirements or functionalities. Okay, there was no terms called as requirements or functionalities during this scrum. Okay, in the scrum there is only one term called as stories. We have to use always the term called as stories. We don't need or we don't use the terms called requirements or functionalities. Okay, we have to use only the term called as stories. Okay, so in this we have epic stories are there as well. Okay, so during this scrum we have some epic stories. Okay, that is called epic story. Okay, so in the epic stories we have a user stories and some tasks. Okay, in the epic stories we have some user stories and some tasks as well. Okay, already we execute some modules. These are called as epic stories. For example, I have already done with my login, so we can consider that as epic story. That is called as complete module. Okay, we can consider here that login as a complete module. We can call it as epic story. Okay, by using user stories we are going to design the test cases. Okay, as a testers we are going to use the user stories. Based upon the stories we are going to design our test cases. Okay, the main part of agile here is about user stories only. Okay, the main part of agile here is about user stories only, but the epic stories are designed by the product owner only. Okay, but those epic stories are designed by the product owner only. Okay, based upon the product owner we are going to get all those in the form of user stories. So then we are going to write all our test cases for those particular or for those assigned user stories. Okay, so here user stories are going to divide into some tasks and some subtasks as well. Okay, user stories are going to design like some tasks as well as some subtasks. Okay, so these are all optional. If user stories are too long or big divided, we are going to divide all those into some subtasks. Okay, or tasks. Okay, if those user stories are really big, so then we are going to divide into some tasks or subtasks. Okay, so product owner is the only one person directly interacting with the client. Okay, here the product owner is the only guy. He is going to directly interact with the client directly. Okay, so then product owner is the final, product owner having the final authority to decide the user stories. Okay, product owner is the only guy. He is the final or she is the final authority to decide all our user stories. Okay, so then we will discuss about what is a product backlog here. Okay, what is a product backlog? Okay, the next here is what is a product backlog. For example, okay, for example there is some Amazon application that we can call it as a product. Okay, product backlog contains all the stories regarding that Amazon application product. Okay, this product backlog, what it will contain? This product backlog contains all the user stories regarding that particular Amazon application product. Okay, so this person owns the product backlog and write some stories. Okay, then prioritize, this product owner owns the product backlog and also stories. Stories here means epic and user stories. Okay, here we can consider epic as module and user story means decided by the test cases. Okay, sorry, user stories are going to divided in the form of test cases. Okay, so based upon the priorities provided by the product owner, and he is going to decide the release date. Okay, so based upon the priorities mentioned by the product owner, he is going to decide the releasing date. Okay, according to the priority, this product owner will give the user stories. Okay, according to the priority, this product owner is going to give the user stories, but this product owner will know complete end to end flow of that particular product or application. Okay, this product owner is having the complete end to end flow of that application knowledge. Okay, so then the next one here is, the next role here is Scrum Master. Okay, the next role here is Scrum Master. Who is this Scrum Master? Okay, the Scrum Master coordinates the whole Scrum process team. Okay, this Scrum Master coordinates the whole Scrum process and team. Okay, here you can see there is some Scrum team. Okay, this Scrum Master is going to coordinate the whole Scrum process and Scrum team. Okay, he is going to coordinate all the Scrum process and whole of that Scrum team as well, and he is the leader of the Scrum team. Okay, he is the leader of the Scrum team or Scrum framework. Okay, and he can conduct the Scrum meetings as well. This Scrum Master can able to conduct the Scrum meetings as well. Okay, this Scrum Master is going to handle the Scrum team. Okay, here the Scrum team means developers, testers. Okay, here the Scrum team means developers and testers. Okay, this Scrum Master is going to coordinate the team called as Scrum team. Okay, in this Scrum team, who are all present? In this Scrum team, developers will present and also testers will present. If there are any other roles also, those resources will comes under Scrum team only. Okay, in this 1 month, each and every day we have a meeting that is called as Scrum meeting. Okay, here you can see there is 1 to 4 week sprint that is called as 1 month. So during this 1 month, every day we can have one meeting that is called as Scrum meeting. Okay, that is called as Scrum meeting, right? Okay, here during this 1 to 4 week sprint that is called 1 month, so every day we can have a meeting called as Scrum meeting. Okay, so during this meeting, so we can discuss about the questions. Okay, we can discuss about the questions like, so he is going to discuss, there are several questions during this meeting. He is going to discuss about all these questions during this meeting that is called Scrum Master. Okay, and that meeting is called as Scrum meeting, which is conducted by Scrum Master. Okay, so then if there are any obstacles, he is going to remove those obstacles. Okay, so obstacles means, so during our iteration, if we have any impediments or obstacles, so he is going to he is going to provide some solutions if we have any obstacles or impediments. Okay, and he is not a manager. First of all, Scrum Master is not a manager, and also okay, he is not a lead, and also he is not a business architect. Okay, he is a Scrum Master. Okay, Scrum Master is not a manager, Scrum Master is not a lead, Scrum Master is not a business architect as well. Okay, so then we can have here Scrum team. Okay, Scrum team means these Scrum members are going to make a product. Okay, we already discussed about this Scrum team. Here Scrum team means either it will be developers, and also the Scrum team will containing testers. If there are any other roles, so those people will comes under this Scrum team only. So these Scrum team members are going to make a working product. Okay, so this Scrum team is responsible for designing, implementing and fixing the bugs of that product. Okay, these Scrum team members are responsible for designing, implementing and fixing the bugs of the products. Okay, here Scrum team members means developers, designers or architectures and testers. So these members will comes under Scrum team. Okay, there is no term called developers or testers. Okay, developers or testers, there was no terms called developers or testers if you are following this Scrum framework. Okay, they are all they are all called with title called as Scrum team member only. Okay, so here Scrum team typically how much size it will looks like means that is 7 plus 2 or 7 minus 2 means 7 plus 2 9 or 7 minus 2 5. The range, the team size here, the Scrum team size will be 5 to 9 members. Okay, 5 is the minimum and 9 is the maximum. Okay, so the lead of the Scrum team is obviously the Scrum Master only. Okay, here the lead of this Scrum team is Scrum Master only. Okay, iteration duration here is 1 month. Okay, iteration duration here is 1 month. So in the Scrum, 1 to 4 weeks duration is called as sorry is called as what is the duration of this Scrum team? Okay, what is the duration? Okay, what is the duration during this Scrum? That is 1 to 4 weeks, that is called as sprint. Okay, we can call it as a sprint, that is 1 to 4 week duration. Okay, so here sprint planning meeting. Okay, what is this sprint planning meeting? You can see here 1 to 4 weeks sprint means, so there is some meeting that is called as sprint planning meeting. Okay, the product backlog contain all the stories regarding to the product. Okay, we already discussed about product backlog, so where it is containing some stories, right? So this product backlog contains all the stories regarding to that product. Okay, it is not possible to execute all the stories in a single sprint, right? It is not possible to execute or to create all the stories in the same sprint, that is single sprint. It is not possible to execute all the user stories. Okay, for that we are going to take some 20 user stories. With these 20 user stories we are going to make a product in this sprint or iteration. Okay, for example, there is an application, it is not possible to complete or to execute all the user stories which are related to that particular application in a single sprint. So for that reason we are going to build or we are going to follow this iterative approach. For example, for 1 month we are going to deliver one product. So likewise, based upon the application functionality, we can have all these different kinds of sprint. Okay, so at the time of designing, for example, there is login functionality. So for this login functionality there are some 3 to 4 user stories. Okay, so it is not possible to complete all the login functionality related test cases in a single sprint. So that's why we are going to take in the form of iterative approach. Okay, so during this sprint planning meeting, the product owner is going to give the stories. Okay, during this sprint planning meeting, the product owner is going to give the user stories according to his priority. Okay, during this sprint planning meeting, this product owner is going to give all the user stories based upon his priority only. Okay, so that is about sprint planning meeting. Okay, during this sprint planning meeting, the product owner discuss the highest priorities features to the team. Okay, as per his priorities he is going to provide all the features to complete based upon the priorities. Okay, as per the product owner's priorities he is going to provide the user stories during this sprint planning meeting. Okay, that is about sprint planning meeting. Okay, so then what is our next one? So during this sprint planning meeting we have to estimate the time. Okay, we have to estimate some time. Okay, how much time to complete the user story? We have to estimate some time to complete the user story. That is called as, we have to provide the details like designing the test case. For example, designing the test case, how much time it will take? Mostly 35 to 40 minutes for example, and also for execution purpose it will take hardly 5 to 10 minutes for example, and if there are any defects it will take 20 minutes, and also for reporting purpose it is taking like 20 minutes or 10 minutes, and for reviewing it will take almost 30 minutes. Okay, for example, if there is any user story which is completed by any test case, if it is completed by any tester, so during this time we are going to estimate some time. So during this effort estimation time we have to consider the below details like designing the test case, how much time it is taking, executing the test case, how much time it is taking, and for if there is any defects, how much time it is taking to raise a defect, and also after that we are going to make some report set, how much time it is taking for generating some report, and after that we are going to review how much time it is taking. Okay, during this sprint planning meeting we are going to make some effort estimation time as well. Okay, the user story provided to each and every team member. Okay, the user story which is provided to each and every member, we are going to mention some effort estimation time. Okay, so we need to mention all this information to our scrum master. Okay, so here what is about scrum meeting, or what is called as scrum meeting. Okay, so here scrum master will conduct this scrum meeting. Okay, this scrum master is going to conduct this scrum meeting every day. Okay, on each day of sprint the team holds a scrum meeting, that is called also called as daily stand up meeting. Okay, the maximum time bound of this scrum meeting is 30 minutes, or we can call simply as 15 minutes. Okay, so in the scrum each members have to answer the following questions, like what did you do yesterday, if you done something, if you design your test cases based upon your stories, or if you execute any test cases. So this we are going to explain during your scrum meeting, which means what did you do yesterday. Okay, so then the next question is what do you will do today. Okay, what you are going to do today. So I mean how many how many user stories are still in your queue, or how many user stories you completed, so then how many user stories you are going to complete. Okay, we are going to mention on this second question, that is what you planned for today work. Okay, so then the next question here is, during your process are you facing any issues or obstacles or impediments. Okay, if we have any issues while doing your testing, okay, so during that time you need to update these details as well. Okay, so the mainly during this scrum meeting, the mainly scrum master will address you with the following questions, like what did you done with yesterday, what you plan to do for today, and also if there are any obstacles or impediments or issues while doing the test process. Okay, so we have to tell all this in front of your scrum master, right? So that is about scrum meeting. Okay, so then the next point here is sprint review. Okay, what is this sprint review? According to the user stories, we are going to make some product that is about 1 to 4 weeks, usually called as 1 month. For every sprint the time period is 1 month in real time example. Okay, after making of complete product, we are going to explain the complete product in front of your product owner or scrum master. Okay, uh, after your each and every sprint, so we are going to explain the complete information to your product owner or scrum master, that is called as sprint review meeting. That is our third point here. Okay, that is our third point here, that is sprint review. Okay, during this sprint review we are going to complete one product, right? So based upon your completion of that product, we are going to provide the complete information about that completed product in front of your product owner or your scrum master. That is called as sprint review meeting. Okay, after this sprint review we are going to deliver this product to the client. Okay, after this delivery we have a meeting called as retrospective meeting. Okay, after this sprint review we are going to deliver the product to the client. Okay, after your delivery to the client, so we have one more meeting, that is called as retrospective meeting. You can see the fourth point here, that is sprint retrospective meeting. Okay, so this is the last meeting of the sprint. Okay, so in the retrospective meeting we can discuss about the following questions. So during this retrospective meeting we can include scrum master and product owner as well. Okay, what went well during your sprint, what went wrong during your sprint, what we can do in different way, or what else we can do in differently. Okay, so these are the three questions we are going to discuss during our retrospective meeting. Okay, if it is a correct process or not, Okay, is it a correct process or not, we are going to discuss during our retrospective meeting. Okay, so if this process is not correct, you need to discard the process and we are going to find some another process. Okay, you are following some process, is there any obstacles on any enhancements to do, or is there any improvements to, or if there is any obstacles. Okay, so during all these questions we are going to discuss in front of our scrum master or product owner, that is called as retrospective meeting. Okay, the main objective of this retrospective meeting is after completion of your sprint, so we are going to deliver our product to the customer, right? So after delivery we are going to for the meeting, that is called as retrospective meeting. Okay, what is about this retrospective meeting means, so during this meeting we can tell about the questions like what went well during your sprint. Okay, what went wrong during your sprint, and also what else we can do it differently to achieve, and also if there are any obstacles, what is our better approach to overcome that obstacle. Okay, these are all the questions we are going to discuss during this retrospective meeting. Okay, so once after completion of all these things we can move to the second sprint. Okay, once you done with this sprint retrospective meeting, so we are going to take one more sprint, that is called as second sprint. So likewise this process will keep on continue until your product is going to complete. Okay, until you are going to development and tested the application and delivering to the client. Okay, this is how this process will keep on moving. Okay, so let me quickly recap all this one more time. So what is, this is about Agile Scrum Framework. So first I will discuss from starting again. So here, okay, from starting I am going to discuss about, so during this Scrum Framework there are three main roles. The first role here is product owner, the second role is about Scrum Master, and the third role is about Scrum Team. Okay, so who is the product owner here? What is his role here? The main person during the complete Agile is the product owner. The product owner is the decision maker of the complete Agile part, and the role of product owner here is, this product owner is getting some complete requirements or functionalities from client or customer. After that, in the Scrum there is no term called as requirements or functionalities. Okay, we have to use always the term called as stories if you are following Scrum. Okay, in these stories we can have some epic stories. Okay, epic stories we can have user stories and also some tasks. Okay, so after that we have one more term called as product backlog. What is this product backlog? For example, I have some Amazon application, so I am having all the user stories which are related to that particular Amazon application. Okay, product owner is going to provide all the user stories to the testers. Okay, or to development team as well. Okay, this person, that is product owner, owns the product backlog and writing the stories, that is epic and user stories. So based upon the priorities done by the product owner, he is going to mention some release date for that product to be delivered to the customer. Okay, according to his priority he is going to assign all the user stories to developers or testers. Okay, and this product owner will know the complete end-to-end flow knowledge about that particular product. Okay, what about Scrum Master? Who is Scrum Master here? The Scrum Master coordinates the whole Scrum process team, that is called as Scrum Team. Okay, so then Scrum Master is the leader of the Scrum Team, and he can also hold the Scrum meetings as well. Okay, this Scrum Master is going to handle the Scrum Team. The Scrum Team means here developers or testers or business architects. Okay, so likewise we can have different kinds of roles here. So in that meeting we are going to discuss about mainly about three questions. Okay, and if there are any obstacles, this Scrum Master is going to remove all the obstacles. Okay, and also Scrum Master is not a manager, he is lead or BA. Okay, and after that what is our next one? Scrum Team. Okay, so these Scrum members are going to make a product. Okay, during this Scrum Team we can have few members, that is called as Scrum members. Okay, these Scrum members are responsible for designing and implementing and fixing the bugs of that particular product, and there is no term called as developer and tester if you are following Scrum framework. Okay, So and also this usually this Scrum team will follow some size like 7 plus 2 or 7 minus 2. The maximum here is 9 and the minimum team member size is 5. Okay, and the lead of this Scrum team is Scrum Master only. Okay, then sprint planning meeting. What is sprint planning meeting? The product backlog contain all the user stories regarding to that product, and it is not possible to execute all the stories in a single sprint. For that we are going to segregate all the user stories. Okay, for that we are going to segregate all the stories into some user stories. Okay, so we are going to make some product the following of iteration or sprint. Okay, after at the time of taking all the user stories, we are going to have one meeting that is called as sprint planning meeting. Okay, in this sprint planning meeting, the product owner will going to give all the user stories according to his priority. Okay, during this sprint planning meeting, the product owner will discuss the highest priority features to be team. Okay, so then we are going to mention some effort estimation time. Okay, during this effort estimation time, we can consider for designing the test cases how much time it is taking, for executing the test cases, after executing if you have any defects how much time it is going to be resolved. After that, if there are, I mean, we are going to generate some reports and review. Okay, these are all the we are going to mention some effort estimation time. Okay, so then we are going to provide all this information in front of your Scrum Master. Okay, so then coming to the Scrum meeting, Scrum Master is going to conduct this meeting that is called as Scrum meeting. Okay, it is going to happen each and every day for a single sprint. Okay, so then the maximum time about this Scrum meeting is mostly 30 minutes. Usually we can say it 15 minutes only. Okay, during this Scrum meeting we are going to discuss about mainly what did you do yesterday, I mean how much you completed on yesterday, what you planned for today, if there are any obstacles or any impediments, what is your approach to resolve all those issues or impediments. Okay, so then after completion of your making a product, we are going to have some meeting that is called as sprint review. Okay, sprint review meeting. Okay, after making the complete product, we are going to explain all the information to that particular Scrum Master during this sprint review meeting. Okay, after this we are going to deliver this product to the client. Once the delivery is got completed, so then we have one more meeting that is called as retrospective meeting. This is the last meeting during our sprint. Okay, during this retrospective meeting we are going to mainly discuss about what went well during our sprint and what went wrong during our sprint, and also what we can do in differently, and also if there are any obstacles or impediments how we can overcome for the next sprint. Okay, so these are all the topics about Scrum framework. Okay, that's all it for now. I hope you people like this video, and also please don't forget to watch this video till the end. If you like this video, please share this video to your friends or colleagues so that they will also learn about this Agile Scrum framework, and also what is Agile model, and how this Agile methodology work, because nowadays each and every project in a company following the methodology called Agile methodology or Agile model. Okay, it is very suitable for bigger projects. Okay, that's all it for now guys. Thanks for watching. We will connect with our next video. Until then, take care everyone. Have a nice day. Signing off, Selenium Tech Automation. Thanks guys.